Hey guys, welcome back. It's Monday, so we are going to be starting with a new PSN game. This time it is Everyday Shooter. This is one of the early PlayStation Network games that sort of pushed the whole indie thing on PSN. There's that and Flow, like Pixel Junk games. And this one is a dual stick shooter, but it's sort of a musically infused dual stick shooter, because every single thing that you do sort of adds to the music in a certain way. And what was really cool about this game at the time is it was made basically by one or two people. Jonathan Mack basically did most of it and had help with the audio and music. And so what was really cool about the game is there's sort of normal play and single play. Normal play, you just play through levels. I believe it does it randomly, except for like the first, maybe second levels. So we'll hop in. I'll give you a little tour of what's going on here. So this is just the loading as it sort of gets ready to start the first level. Okay, so this is the first level. So there's music going on as you take down these big guys. You're sort of able to set off other things. Maybe it's this thing. You take this guy out. Oh, it's this one here. Take that thing out. As long as you are sort of shooting inside of that, it sort of expands a bit. Sort of increases your ability to get more points. And so you want to collect all of these little white spots, these drops, points, whatever you want to call them, dots. Okay, so we hit that, knock it over here, it explodes, sets these guys off. Oh crap, I died. Okay, so now we got a couple more here. So you can sort of keep shooting to sort of keep it alive for a bit. But you definitely want to try to set up longer chains of enemies and such to build those up. There we go. You can also chain those shots that this thing does. So let's go over here and knock this over this way. There we go. Big chains, lots of points. There we go. Definitely that's sort of the main core of the gameplay right there. But the thing is, that sort of mechanic works differently in almost every single level. So it's important to sort of try and figure out what exactly is that level's hook and try to exploit that to get a ton of points. As you can see, the scoring is sort of more subdued than it is in other games where they just give you millions of points. One of those little white dots you collect sort of increases that. Okay, there we go. Lots of chains right there. What's cool is they all have sort of this musical sort of awesomeness going on it. So this is sort of the musical style for this level. It doesn't really apply to many others. As you're, killing enemies and all that. It's adding a bit to the music. There's the end of the level. So if you saw at the bottom of the screen, that's your sort of progress. Okay, this is level 2. This is the typical level 2. Basically what's going on here is these little spokes are popping up. They're sort of feeding out enemies. So it's sort of liken this to sort of an RTS sort of thing. You got these big spots sort of feeding off on. So this is like a base, essentially. You take it out, it's tied to the others, and will sort of take out the others, and then all the enemies that are tied that spawned off of that will die as well. So then you come over here and collect these. There's sort of a pull to them, so you can't stay on them for. You can't just sort of get like a train of them coming after you across the entire level. So you kind of have to sort of do it wisely. And so now these things are shooting at me. As you take them out, take out bigger ones or smaller ones that'll. So take out the bigger ones, make them smaller. See if we can take out this big one right here in the middle. It's sort of like a classic arcade shooter. You're firing in 8 directions. Basically, you're using the analog stick. So you kind of have to, manage what you're doing here. And moving your ship as well to help you aim directly where you want to aim. This level's almost done. Gain a new life. I like how the score counter works in this game, because it's sort of building up different numbers. Where that third number is basically your hundreds, then your tens and ones sort of thing. Okay, I'm going to take it out a bunch of these, so now we can just go around here and collect all of this stuff. See if we can get a couple more down in this process. There we go. And even as it's sort of fading out, that's sort of you still have a little bit of time to collect some more stuff. So what you want to do on this level is try and figure out where the big guy is, this guy, and take him out before he gets back. Because that powers up this eye that is growing. So these guys are going around sort of powering up and then coming back. And now you shoot him. His eyes will come after you. You can shoot that shielded yellow one and try to. That was sort of your chain mechanic right there. Shooting this thing and doing that. Now it's going to be doing the same thing. And a good technique is to sort of just aim diagonally a ways, and then you're bound to at least take out a bunch of guys and have a head start off of taking these big guys out. And now it's throwing out multiple big guys, so now it's much harder, and this thing's a lot bigger now. There we go. Shoot this guy. We're almost at 1,000 points. Don't have much in the way of enemies coming after you. And now these guys are coming back. You want to find the blinking guys. Take them out. And you're just taking out a bunch of enemies from them. Do the same. There he is. There we go. Keep him from growing. That's sort of important to this. nice and small now. Now we got these smaller ones. Now you want to shoot diagonally here, sort of take out a bunch of them from being sort of filled up, powered up by these guys. There we go. Now once you get these guys small enough, they just start spitting out points like crazy. But you also sort of want to take these guys out. They're pretty easy. They're definitely tough. The game certainly got that sort of style to it where the mechanics are pretty easy to figure out. It's just a matter of actually accomplishing what you want to do. There we go. So you want to take those guys out, keep them from getting powered up. There we go. Nice, nice. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Ton of points coming up. And that's the end of the level. Okay, this one is particularly awesome. You shoot these, you shoot out these birds, you shoot them. I forget what the mechanic is here. I think you want to clear out these clouds as much as possible. And then come over here. Crap. They're going to be these sort of pill-looking blocks dropping down. Those are essentially your chain mechanic right here. Changes them red, turns them into points. That's sort of how you chain that. There we go, it's almost dead. There we go. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, we got this thing over here. So I'm gonna take all those out. And this level is basically sort of inspired by Porco Rosso, classic sort of a Studio Ghibli animated movie. Because that's basically Porco right there. It's supposed to be. So you want to keep trying to shoot at him and eventually take him out. He will drop points when you hit him. Got a lot of damage on him now. Chain up these guys. Doing really well so far. If this seems real easy, it's not. Definitely have to play this game a lot to be able to learn these sorts of strategies. Figure things out. There's especially a lot of sort of unlockables for beating the levels in these. In the basically the arcade mode. Okay, now we're back to being sunny out. Means our sun is back out. So we gotta attack it. Some of these birds out here. stud. A nice big chain right there. Send some more attacks out. A lot of damage on that thing. There we go. Chain, 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 chain. Oh, now we're back in Porco Rosso. And so I like the music in this level. It's really sort of calming and peaceful and all that. And that's the end of that level. So I think that will be it for today's video. This one's an awesome one with tank, and that's it for me anyway. So yeah. So the better you do, you earn unlock points, which you can spend over here in the extras menu. So I definitely bought a bunch of extra lives, so that's why I'm able to last that long. Early on, I believe you end up with, I think, 1 or 2. Yeah, probably 1. And so you try and beat the levels and sort of earn the ability to unlock some of this stuff. Some of this stuff requires you to, you know, play through all levels. Some of them beat the last boss normal play. It's also basically beating the game. Destroy the 3 level 4 Porco in the Sky Porcos in either normal play or single play. So there's a bunch of different things you have to do here. And here's all the levels: Robot, Root of the Heart, all these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 levels. I've gotten to this one in the normal play, and not this one. Or I might have gotten to that one and died. Yeah, it's a hard game, but it's really fun to play, really sort of relaxing. There's lots of different interesting extras here. Invert colors, mess with contrast. Shuffle mode basically shuffles all the games, all the levels in a single play. So you basically pick where you want to start, what level you want to start with, and then move from there. So yeah, lots of interesting stuff. Really, if you want this game, it's on PlayStation Network. I believe it's $9.99. It's also on Steam. They released that on Steam a while after that. I believe it's also $9.99. It goes on sale whenever they have big Steam sales. So definitely, if you're interested, you should go check that out. And so that's it for today's video. See you guys next time.